Hey guys, Scottie the trainer here. That's how I see it. Welcome to Tuesdays. So I just wanted to share with you over the next 4 Tuesdays, I want to talk to you about 4 traits of a champion. 4 traits of a champion. All right, so here's number one for today. Number one is champions find a way to get things done. Champions find a way to get things done. Now, I don't think that there is any greater example of this than if you're a parent. If you're a parent, you have children, and you are taking care of those children. What if tonight something happened? You lost your job, lost your home, lost where you were living. You would do whatever it took to make sure by the end of the day, you had some place. If not for yourself, you would find some place for your children to go. Now, obviously, nobody's wishing that this would happen to us. But think about those that were in the flood-ravaged areas of Texas and the flood-ravaged areas of Florida and all throughout the places in the coasts and all throughout the islands. They found a way to make it happen. Even now, we're reading about people who went to the Red Cross and to shelters, but then they found people that they could stay with, and there they're able to come back and rebuild. Nobody wants it to happen, but they found a way to get their life back to where it should be. Those people are truly champions. So I've got a story that I think will resemble this. There's a story of an old Italian father. His son had been indicted by the FBI for crimes, and he was in prison. So the father waited for his son to call him. He got that collect call from prison, and they're talking on the phone. And the father said to his son, he said, "You know, Charlie," he said, "I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I'm not going to be able to plant my tomato garden in the back because," he said, "I'm just too old. I'm too weak. I can't dig the holes. You always did it for me." But he said, "Now, Charlie, with you being in prison, I just know there's no way I'm going to be able to plant the tomato garden." So they ended the phone call, and that was that. A few nights later, the father got a call. He answered it. It was his son, Charlie, calling from prison. He said, "Dad, whatever you do, I don't want you to go into that backyard and start digging. Don't try to do it on your own." And the father said, "Well, why not, Charlie?" He said, "Because, Dad, that's where all the bodies are buried." His father said, "Well, what are you talking about?" He says, "Dad, that's all I can say," and hung up the phone. The next morning, guess what happened? The father was awakened to hundreds of FBI agents that were in his backyard, digging up the backyard because they had been tapping the phone of his son. So they dug through, and they didn't find anything. So the elderly man walked out back and he looked, and all he had was a yard that was just dug up, holes everywhere. The next night he got a call from his son Charlie. He said, "Dad, did the FBI come out there and dig the holes?" He said, "Well, yes, son, they did. They didn't find any bodies." He said, "I knew they wouldn't. There were no bodies there. I just said that so they'd come out and dig the holes for you." He said, "Now, Dad, go ahead and plant your tomatoes. I'm sorry I'm in prison, but that's the best that I could do." What he did was he found a way to make it happen for his dad. He found a way to make it happen. That's what champions do. They find a way to make it happen. Just like you do every day. How many days do you get up in the morning and say, "Man, I feel like calling off," or I need a vacation, or "There's no way that I can do it"? And yet, what do? You power up, you take off the work, and you do what you have to do. Because you know you need it, you know your family needs it, and you know everybody around you that's dependent on you needs it. That's proof that you're a champion. Because champions find a way to get it done. Happy Tuesday. I'm Scottie the trainer. That's how I see it.